Hello YouTube and welcome to GrunfWorks. This is episode 52 of the Interplanetary Voyage of Exploration. And in the last episode we had a little bit of anger management issue. Basically because I have forgotten to put a docking port junior on my fuel orbital station. So I used it for target practice. Simply put. Sorry guys. I really needed that. So, yes. But it is time that we once again revisit and actually send a modified version. But first, we have a Kerbin to Jool window coming up. And we already sent one exploration ship, so this is the second exploration ship, the one with the comm satellites that's supposed to do the transfer. So this episode will be sort of a slightly inverse of the previous one, basically doing the transfer burn for this one and then sending orbital refueling station to Minmus. So yeah. Also, in the next few episodes I will be doing a couple of interplanetary launches. So it will be a little bit repeating, but I'm hoping not too much because we have to lay in the foundation. As you remember, I was doing 2 or 3 comm network setups, and before I started to go to Minmus and then Interplanetary, and that's pretty much similar things what we need to do now as well. Basically for Eve, for Duna and for Jool, we are sending 2 pairs of exploration ships. The 2 pairs of exploration ships are already en route to Duna. It's actually 3 because I made a double of the comms ship for some reason. I don't remember now why, but still. Actually I had a dual comms ship. I didn't have the exploration ship with Sciencer. That's correct. That one I invented basically as this for the Jool was the first mission. But we will be launching that one to Jool and also to Eve because I need to really start getting some more serious science and scraping as much science as I can to be able to advance our research program a little bit further. Because due to the kind of lack of progress and the large influx of science, I'm kind of cannot advance much further. So yeah, a couple of following episodes will be some transfers and stuff, so please bear with me. I'm gonna try to keep them as accelerated as possible. Ultimately, if you think it's just too tedious to me repeating the transfers and stuff, I could theoretically skip the episodes, but I was thinking just for the fidelity's sake to keep the continuity. And as we are discussing this, we are burning for the Jool apoapsis, and I'm hoping to be able to achieve it quickly. So yeah, please let me know in the comments below. I mean, if you decide, if majority of a vote would be like for me to skip the next maybe 1 or 2 episodes, that would be some launches and burns for the similar ships, let me know. But if not, I'm just gonna continue happily basically posting as I play. I'll also will make sure that the time-wise the break between the episode is like 1 to 2 days, so that basically every day you get, or every other day you get the new content, and then hopefully we will get along to the more interesting missions like going to Duna and us soon. Looking at this, you can appreciate our exploration ship gently leaving the Kerbin's sphere of influence and drifting ever so carefully as we get out of range. And now we have Jool Exploration 2, Science leaving Kerbin's sphere of influence. And I just wanted to basically go to that one and make sure that I do not time warp through that one, because we had a very nice encounter. So I wanted to make sure that as I'm switching the sphere of influence, that I'm in a single time acceleration. So basically that we're in real time. So the moment that we move away from it And here we go, and we have a perfect encounter. And now we have the other Jool exploration, which seems to be off, but once it also reaches the sphere of influence, I expect that one to be correct as well. Cool, so as you can see, we have two exploration ships that will be reaching Jool without the need for additional modifications, which I think is pretty great. So it's worth a little bit time investment when we are closing to the Kerbin escape that we actually pause the time acceleration. So apart from that one, let me see. Those are the two exploration ships that we wanted to send there, and apart from our Jool probes that are already en route. So yeah. Okay, I'm just now checking to see for both exploration ships if I do get a Jool encounter, which I do, which is great. So let's focus on the next task at hand, and that is the Minmus refuel station, the one that we used for target practice in the previous episode. Okay, so time warping until it's built. And then we roll it out. And I found that the Minmus missions are exactly the good amount of length for the time to pass pretty quickly until the next transfer windows and so on. So I think I will be focusing on some Minmus missions while we are waiting for our basically sphere of influence changes and our interplanetary ships to arrive. I saw it also on the forums as a good suggestion, which I'm very thankful for. Okay, checking the staging just to make sure that our staging is correct. And let's blast off. Standard launch. You've seen this like before, so it is time accelerated pretty much. Only this time, hopefully, the payload shouldn't be used for a target practice. So, yeah. Once again, I do apologize if I'm a little bit repeating myself, but then again, I think it's kind of necessary for the continuity, because if in the next episode or maybe not the next, but one of the future episodes, I do want to dock to the Minmus orbital station, people might start asking, okay, so where does this come from? What happened? I mean, didn't you use it one as a target practice? So, yeah, as a general rule of thumb, I don't use HyperEdit. I've not used it not even once in this series, and that's why I'm playing with Kerbal construction time so that I can actually test my craft. I consider using hyperediting to be cheating, even if that means that I will have a lot more tedious work with my orbital satellites. If they will fall out of sync, they fall out of sync. It's my own fault. So yeah, just that I'm pretty much clear on that point. So now burning for the circularization, and as you can see, I have slightly cranked up the time acceleration on this one because it was already shown content, but once again, this time we do have the junior docking ports, although not really that nicely placed, but then again, I think I'll be glad later on that I have docked correctly with the small Minmus lander, and hopefully, that we can reuse the ship. That would be really nice, because once we start deploying bases, this Minmus lander could actually act as our location scout to find the correct place. Of course, it will take some time until we get there, but once again, the only reason why I'm not doing these missions yet, because I want to make sure that I have ample of tech life support supplies to be able to maintain Kerbals. I'm already, as you can see, resupplying our orbital science lab, but that one makes sense because we are performing science. The moment we will not be performing science, I will actually consider return all of my Kerbals back and leaving this station to be on automated, like I cannot say autopilot, or can I? Auto orbital pilot, whatever. Yeah. So now we are fixing our inclination to make sure that we are aligned with Minmus. And then we want to execute the maneuver pretty much in a similar fashion as we did in the previous episode. By the way, this is post-commentary. I have recorded quite a bit of more content, so I will be posting it on a more regular basis, hopefully. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, fixing now our apoapsis, our inclination to match that one of Minmus. And good. This is cool. And now I'm, let's say, checking where will we meet Minmus. And here we go. Minmus encounter. So once again, making sure that I fiddle enough with the maneuver node, and I don't want to fiddle too much. I'll fiddle along the route. So yeah. Let's just point our craft, execute the maneuver, and get on the way, because our maneuver node was very soon, so I didn't really want to spend time tweaking it, rather just burn and go directly for Minmus. Perfect! And we have our Minmus encounter. So somewhere here I'm just gonna post a maneuver node, and then I'm gonna start fiddling with it. So let's see. Radial, prograde, retrograde. Okay, come on, talk to me. Where do I fix my orbit? Yeah, I want to see what am I actually doing in the first place. Oh, whoops. Okay, yeah, that's way more plausible, and now I've managed to fix it to a degree that's satisfactory to me. A little bit fine tweaks. No, whoops. I'm pretty happy with how this looks. So yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna keep this one and just then have the maneuver node to be executed. Yeah. Okay. So hold maneuver prograde. Flight computer, come on, help us out here. Okay, deploying our communication dishes. Solar panels as well. Okay. Okay, burning towards Minmus. And just making sure to correct using the RCS. Okay, and we are here. So, okay. Time accelerating until we get to the Minmus sphere of influence change. Okay, so entering the sphere of influence to Minmus shortly. Let's just time advance until we actually get there. And 15 minutes to the sphere of influence change. Our Kerbal alarm clock this time firing correctly. 1 minute 20 seconds. And yeah, we're gonna wait it out because we want to make sure that our transfer is correct. Okay, yes, perfect. Time to fix our screenshot first, but then to fix our periapsis maneuver. So let's just hold orbit retrograde. And then at periapsis we will burn until we get a nice encounter, hopefully with the exploration lander, as we did in the previous episode. So let's see. I'm also fixing a little bit of my, well, basically inclination and everything, but I don't think I'll be needing it. So yeah, this should be good enough, and this should actually, as you can see, should already secure us a very nice encounter for only 143 meters per second, which is great because we have 571. So we should have plenty. Okay, coming up on Minmus again. Hi, this feels like a deja vu, doesn't it? Okay, and I think this is our lander, but I'm kind of hoping that we meet on the next orbit. Yeah. So executing our maneuver node burn, and wow, on the nose, perfect. And okay, our encounter did get a little bit fiddly. But I think that should be fine mostly. So yeah, just tweaking it a little bit back and forth. And here I'm thinking the the ascending node or descending node, we're gonna burn. Yeah, okay, we're gonna burn so that we fix exactly, so that we get a very nice and very close encounter. And it's hard to actually make it because it's like the difference is 0.1 meter per second. So yeah. So okay, now coming up on our maneuver node. Yes, we get the alarm. Gotcha, thank you. And let us execute the burn, but I'm thinking that I will do it on RCS alone because it's, come on, it's minuscule. So as we come close, just use the RCS to actually put us on the correct encounter, and 0.2. Yeah, this encounter looks now much more promising than the previous one, so let us just do the orbit, and I don't want to have another proximity encounter, but rather the regular maneuver node. Okay, coming closer. So let's see how that will be. Equally as lucky as we were last time. Equally lucky with rendezvous and hopefully docking procedure, but more luck in terms of choice of technology when it comes to choosing the docking ports, yeah. I should have really maybe thought about it before and simulated. Oop, I think that we might have actually even... I was thinking that we missed our encounter, but we didn't. I'm just now aligning the two nodes together, which is good, and we're moving just 3.8 meters per second relative to the target. So I think that rather than stopping, I should actually be pushing towards it so that we actually close in on the lander, but yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that and then just stop using the RCS because let's face it, it's too small of meters per second. Activating the bottom communitron just to make sure that we do have our descent stage ready to deorbit or whatever for some reason, and now I'm moving relative to the target using only RCS. And I was thinking this would be actually the better choice because we're not that far out and it's much more maneuverable rather than flipping this insanely big rocket. There is no point to do so. So zooming in on the lander. Another deja vu. And coming up on it. And this time I'm hoping with slightly different outcome than the last. So, coming to 50 meters, stopping relative to the target, selecting the docking port to use, and then we will be doing the docking procedure. So, obviously pressing a quick save, and at some point my game halted, so I had to reload, but we are still in the same place, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, and I'm thinking just I'll come a little bit closer, because the lander is so small that it's hard to actually aim at the correct maneuver node, so never mind, I'm just kind of closing up on it. And it doesn't have a probe core, so I cannot use that one to dock with a canister, but I have to do it vice versa, so dock this big canister on it. So now I'm just using the docking alignment indicator. By the way, whoever implemented this docking align indicator has my deep respect. I mean, it's just genius. It's so easy, so intuitive to use. So fixing all alignments, getting all my everything positioned correctly, and now we are back to just translation. Rotations are fixed, more or less, within the margin of error, so to say. So I'm controlling from our Clampatron docking port Junior this time, thank you. And I'm docking with the Junior docking port on the lander. So, come on, 8 meters. Well, technically 15, but 18 meters relative. Okay, and 3, 2, 1, and docked. Perfect. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, we have docked. Screeny, thank you. Yes, great. Maybe another screeny, something like that. So let us immediately transfer the RCS fuel to the lander, because in case sometimes we decide to undock, that we do have everything that we need. And let us extend the solar panels, because yeah, we want this baby to be powered by multiple sources, just to be on the safe side. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked the episode. This is GrunfWorks signing off.